them actually went through to the monitor and looked, tried to measure. Eventually they said A. They confirmed this is the pressure. This is the pressure of society. This is, we have to, the shame that we might be different, okay? Now this is the catch. There is a catch. If one of the guys selected 3, then immediately he said, well, I'm not the only crazy guy. There is another crazy guy with me, so he will select 3. So please, anybody who forms committee, who forms boards, who forms anything, please have one guy, the devil advocate, the crazy guy with you, to give you a different perspective. You need to have, committees are the worst possible mechanism to make decisions. And that's one reason of it. So basically, if you add one devil advocate just to break this thing. Okay. Before I go, okay. Now, society usually solves the prisoner's dilemma by institutions, by laws, by regulations, by everything. And we design things and we hope that people will follow our rules. But for example, this one, this is the University of Stuttgart. They designed the paths, they designed everything. But the people, the free will, I mean, we will actually take shortcuts. We take shortcuts no matter what. Design for us whatever you want to do. We will follow our instincts. We are free people. So we'll fail. I mean, that's why we are free and we will actually hate to be actually bounded by rules. This is also Hajj January 12th, the accident of Rami al-Jamarat when 345 people died. It's actually, this is when the crowd turns into destructive. Instead of wisdom of the crowds, we have destructive behavior. Actually, the Saudi Arabians actually brought this guy, Dirk Helbring, to study the phenomena. He actually modeled path formation using game theory. And actually, this is one of the things we are working with on. He studied the videotape and actually he said simple problems they could have prevented that disaster. And actually one of the catalyst of that disaster is the unforeseen small thing. The Saudi government actually cleared an area because they wanted to build the new path for next year, so they cleared an area. That area added around it held around 750. Before that, 250,000. So the extra 750,000 when noon prayer came and everybody went to the stoning, the accident then started to happen. Tragedy of the Commons. This is a multiplayer prisoner's dilemma. This is when everybody selfishly pursuing our individual needs will bring harm to the whole group. This is what then group war, global warming, neighborhood destruction. And this is the most beautiful city in the world. This is the most beautiful city in the world. This is actually the best city design. Sustainable, energy efficient, safe, walking city, can be maintained, everything. That's the most beautiful city in the world. And this is the curse of oil. That's the prisoner's dilemma. This is the curse of oil. This is the worst city. This is very, very difficult to maintain, not efficient, energy wasting, car city. It's one of the worst cities. I don't know if this is like a poster of Kuwait, but actually this is, for urban design, this is the worst thing happened. That's actually the city our founding father built that can actually live within our environment, sustainable and energy efficient and everything. Okay. I'm going to skip a couple of slides about cities. Segregation. It's another model of the prisoner's dilemma, but it's actually a spatial model. We actually include now neighbors. Thomas Schelling has a model he won Nobel laureate in 1990 about cooperation. Okay? Because everybody thinks segregation, some people may be racist, or okay, they want to move into certain neighborhoods similar to them. In fact, it's not that. And this game actually proved this. Suppose you are actually P13, and your immediate 8 neighbors, the green ones. Okay? So you'll be happy to stay here. I mean, you're okay, happy as long as 4 of my neighbors, the 8 neighbors, similar to me, whatever the kind of myself, similar to me. I'm satisfied, and I'll stay. So it's a mild, I'll stay with that. So Schelling model, so this is actually a grid, 51 by 51 agents. Let's say people, okay? And we distribute them uniformly, white, black, and 51 by 51, 2,600, almost 2,601 individuals. Now, actually only 6 out of the 2,600 they want to change their locations. Only 6. Look what happened then if you play the model. Total segregation between white and black agents. Now this actually say, well, okay, this structure is not normal. So let's say, okay, we have a random representation, 3rd white, 3rd black, 3rd empty spaces, all placed randomly, and eventually also we have segregation. So mild preferences actually leads to segregation. So social phenomena is also prisoner's dilemma. This guy actually tried to find a solution to the prisoner's dilemma. So he said, well, okay, he wants to organize a competition in artificial setting, design up computer programs that actually defeat the prisoner's dilemma. So he did it twice in Boston. The winning strategy is called tit for tat. Tit for tat actually it says, if you cooperate, I'll cooperate with you. First I'll cooperate, but then if you defect, I'll defect. An eye for an eye. I'll do whatever you do. And actually this is the simplest strategy and actually defeated all the complex strategies in the multiplayer, what we call repeated prisoner's dilemma. Finally, I'm going to stop at only the last one. The key principles of winning strategy for the repeated prisoner's dilemma from all the experiment. Be clear with your strategy. Let them know what your strategy is. Be clear from the start. Be nice. Nice will help you. Be nice. But be ready to punish. It's okay to punish. And let them understand you will punish. And the final thing, be ready to turn the other cheek and forgive. Okay, and I have to stop, although we have a few slides, but then. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Thanks. Now that I can present your trophy.